my old Kentucky home. Good night. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home. For my old Kentucky home far away.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to Stiver's Homestead. What are we doing today?
We are going to use our new dehydrator and dry some herbs.
Yeah, so we're gonna dry cilantro,
Basil
mint.
and mint.
Yep. And so the cilantro, it is quicker than the mint and basil. So the mint and basil are gonna be lower and the cilantro is gonna be on top. So Jen's gonna walk you through it.
All right. Okay, so this is my first time ever using a dehydrator. So, bear with me. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on the lowest temperature setting, which is 95 degrees. That's what they recommend for drying herbs because they don't need that much heat. And we're gonna put the basil and mint on this tray because it's solid. And then the next tray, we're gonna put the cilantro on, and then it all stacks together. And the basil takes 10 to 15 hours, so it's the longest one. Cilantro takes 6 to 8 hours, and mint takes 9 to 14 hours. So we're gonna set alarms for all the different ones, but the basil and mint are gonna go together. It only came with 2 of these slits, so that's why we're doing the half and half, so that we don't lose any, because the other ones just have little holes and stuff, so you don't want it to fall down. But it'll be fine doing it this way. Cilantro. So for all 3 of these, we tore all the leaves off the stems. You don't want to put the stems in here. We don't. I probably could. And then we actually fed them to the chickens, so that was a nice little snack for them. Alright, so this is ready. We're going to put the top on. And we're going to put it on the lowest temperature setting, which is 95. And then we set our alarms for all 3 different ones. So we'll take you along and let you know what it looks like. Alright, so we're doing a quick check-in on the dehydrating of the herbs. We actually got invited to the river yesterday, so we went and did that, which was an awesome time. And in the meantime, we turned it off for a little bit just because it had never been ran and we didn't want to run it while we weren't here. So we ran it some more this morning. So the cilantro is looking really good. It's almost done. And the basil and the mint is looking really good too. They're still a little soft and moist, so I'd say total we're probably on about 10 hours now, and we're gonna let it run for a little bit longer today and then we'll check in again. All right, so the herbs are finally done drying. I wanted to say real quick, we chose the dehydrating method because our house gets pretty hot and humid in the summertime. So hanging them to dry isn't the best option for us, so this is why we chose this. Overall, it took about 10 to 12 hours. So the cilantro was done first, and then the basil and mint were done second. And now we're gonna cut them up and put them in their jars. Okay, so I've got Zach chopping for me because I can't really be trusted with a knife being left-handed. It's not the cards for me. So he is chopping up the cilantro, and then we'll do the basil and mint. Alright, I've got all these little jars here that somebody gave to me, and they're all so cute. So I've got all kinds of those that a friend gave to us, and that's what we're going to store all of our dried herbs in.
Hi.
Say hi. So just quickly, I wanted to kind of talk about a few essential things that you need if you're wanting to dry your herbs or dehydrate them, or if you're wanting to get into herbs at all and be able to harvest and store them. Some of our viewers sent me these awesome books. So this is one of my favorites. I have almost read it from front to back, and I just got it the other day. It's all about medicinal herbs. It shows you how to use, what to use, every different way that you could use the most common herbs, and it gives you every bit of information that you need. I know. And this is my other favorite one that I just got from a viewer. I've also almost finished this one. It is so good. It's a whole encyclopedia of every medicinal herb that there is. And I mean, these books just give you so much information, everything that you could ever need to know if you're wanting to get into this. And then the other thing, a lot of people do just hang up their herbs and dry them. It's not really an option for us, like I said, because it does get so hot and humid in here in the summertime. So this has been my new best friend. We're able to dehydrate. Also with hanging up, you gotta worry about things like dust, and you forget about them and they hang there forever and they get particles and stuff on them. We have 2 dogs and a cat in the house. Hair is constantly flying. And 2 kids. And we have a wood burning stove. So with the ash and stuff flying around, it's just not really ideal. So this is my new best friend. It's what we use. It's easy. You put the herbs in and you set it up to the temperature, and you put an alarm on your phone and you let it go until it's done. And it's simple. You can't mess it up. Anybody can do it. And then lastly, the other essential thing that I think you need are jars, which I showed you my box of jars that someone was nice enough to give to us. But I mean, you can find them at Goodwill's, yard sales. You can use the pint-sized little jelly mason jars, or you can even use the big ones if you have enough. And like I said, you can keep adding to them. It's not like canning. They're not sealed. They're just, it's an air, I mean, you put it on tightly, but it's not sealed. So you can keep adding the herbs to them. You don't have to put them up there and then not ever touch them until you're ready to use them. And they will keep on the shelf for a year or more. So the only way to tell if they're bad basically is if they don't have their herb flavor anymore. If you open it and you don't smell it, then they're not really going to be of any use, because they're going to lose their medicinal properties or their flavoring properties or whatever. So that's what I think are the few essential properties. I'm going to link all 3 of these in our Amazon store below so you can check them out. If you shop through the link, then we get a little portion of that. Doesn't cost any extra to you, but it'll just give you an idea of my favorite stuff that we use and have on hand, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so this is where I'm going to store them. Zach threw this shelf together when I was doing microgreens in my windowsill this winter. So it's now going to be the herb shelf. So we got all these done. We've got the mint, which we can add to this at all times. I'm going to have all kinds of herbs to dry and dehydrate. The basil and the cilantro. So I'm super excited about these. Every year I grow so many herbs and they just go to waste because we can't eat them fast enough. We can't eat enough basil, we can't eat enough mint, we can't put enough in tea. It's just kind of impossible to keep up with all that. So now we have a way to store all these, and we can use them for cooking, for seasonings, and for teas. So pretty excited about it. So this is my little shelf. And whenever I dry some more of the same, we'll just add to it. And then we'll be adding a whole lot of them over time too, because I have a whole bunch of different herbs out there that are going to need dehydrating. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you've done the same thing or get the inspiration to do the same thing. It's just a good way to be able to keep your harvest and not have to waste stuff. So there it is. We also harvested the last of our peas today. Not dehydrating those. We just kind of are snacking on them throughout the day. The kids love them. They're good little snacks. And that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will catch you on the next one.